Hello guys, and welcome to episode 19 of my Rome 2 Total War campaign with the Iceni tribe. And today we're going to be taking on Tarraco, hopefully attacking the Volcae at Massalia, and probably moving more into Germany with some of these armies.
Warriors, all.
But one thing I do want to note before I start this episode today is I have been researching all of the buildings and so on to do with the Iceni, because somebody left me a comment saying what was the strengths of the Iceni, and I was like, well, they're like the heroic riders and the heroic fighters, but I didn't actually know how to get them, so I looked them up, and it's all to do with these buildings that you can build in the city centre. Now, there are a few different types. There is this one, the tavern, that starts off as a meeting hall. This, when upgraded, allows you to build the painted ones, which are like shock troops pretty much, a bit like Woad Warriors. Then you've got the Chieftain's Hold. When this is upgraded, that they unlock heroic fighters, and the Slave Trader, when upgraded, allows you to build the ambushers, which are basically guerrilla units that at the start of the battle you can place anywhere on the map, which I think is extremely crazy. So I'll be looking into upgrading some of those buildings as soon as I get the money to. And now I know how to get those particular units. So anyway, before we do that, we're probably going to have to research some of the things. Now, getting infantry chainmail unlocks the ability to build an ironsmith. Now this enables me to get chosen spearband and chosen swordband, so they are an upgrade for what I would already have. But to get the heroic fighters and heroic nobles, I've got to go ahead and upgrade so that I can get access to some of the better buildings, like the slave market there. You can see that's what I need to be able to get the ambushers. But I think the rest you can build anyway. You can also get druidic nobles from the druidic judgment tech tree, where it enables the building of a bard's grove, and that will allow me to make druidic nobles. But yeah, that's about it. I think we've done everything for this turn, so I'm just going to go ahead straight away and click the end turn button.
The shield wall is always stronger when brothers stand together. That is why I offer a treaty.
I had a non-aggression pact with these guys before. They broke it with me. I don't think they're going to be getting another one, especially if they're asking me to pay for it. Also, it's the last settlement I need in Tarraconensis, so I think I'm going to decline this for that reason.
Gods give me strength. The sword was drawn, but now it's bloodied. End this feud. We offer peace today, or the sword tomorrow.
Is that a threat? Because I don't like threats. I like your Suabia province. It looks very nice. I'm thinking about taking that off you, and I think you just provoked me with that little threat you got going there. Gonna be declining that, continuing my war with you.
I fear my ancestors and spirits of the land will speak of their displeasure.
So here we go. Because I declined that peace treaty, I've been dragged into this fight. It's against the Lugi. Well, it's the Lugi against the Gutones. Now, I've been dragged in because I'm obviously at war with the Gutones. Now, they have 3 armies, which have plenty of club levy, whereas my army has swordband, spearband, levy freemans, Britain scout riders and skirmishers, with some scorpions as well. I'm really tempted to take on this fight so that I can destroy these armies before even entering their province. Even if I get beaten up a little bit, my unit will end in this province at the end of the turn. Therefore it would be replenished when I move it next turn. The only thing that is kind of making me a bit anxious is the fact that my army is using forced martial arts at this current point. But I think I can get around that with the fact that my units are sword band, spear band, a lot better basically than club levy and Germanic youths. So I think I'm going to jump into this battle. We've got a huge disadvantage in terms of numbers, but let's see how this goes. So we're going to be starting the battle on the edge of the field, so no deployment for us. We've just got to get over and help our allies out, who are very, very beaten up. I think these were the previous owners of this province. Unfortunately, they are no longer.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
When my army gets onto the field, I think we'll be able to see what we can do to help them out, even though they aren't even my allies. Just a very good opportunity to take out the Gutona's armies. All of my army getting onto the field. See my sword band have already arrived, my spear band are coming up. Now my Britain scout riders. Awesome stuff. Okay. With my army pretty much all there, I'm going to start moving them forwards into a formation.
Spear band! Get moving! Britain! Warriors ready? Move out! Round! Ready!
I've got my skirmishers. They've all come in very strangely. I'm going to group them. I'm going to group the sword band, group the spear band, group the levy freemen, group cavalry. And we've got these scorpions we've got to think about moving up.
Heroic riders! Scout riders! Riders! Forward!
So, in some ways, I don't think that we're going to get here in time to help these guys out, unless they run towards us. Because you can see that there is a huge army over here of the Gutonas running straight towards that smaller army of theirs. That will pretty much make this army rout instantly if they are nowhere near my units. Then the other enemy army is all the way over here coming in. So we're going to have to be worried, I think, if the allied army gets destroyed straight away. There's not much I can do about that, to be honest. It's not like I'm going to run all my men over there as quickly as possible, because, to be honest, it doesn't benefit me at all. What I need to do is hold on to my men long enough that I can take advantage of this battlefield.
The enemy is attacking our ally.
So here we go. My ally engages what is being engaged upon. That club levy unit just got annihilated by that spear levy unit. I have a feeling it's going to go very, very sour for this army here.
Spears!
Got to think about moving my men up still. Probably going to move them up into this tree line here. With all of my men. Just get into a position that we can defend. Might have to start running my men if they turn around to face me sooner.
Our allies' general has fallen.
But there goes their army. I'm sorry, Lugi, but you were never my friend. I only used this battle to take advantage of you.
Our ally has been destroyed.
Okay. Well, that's them gone. We can think about moving our men into a formation that will be able to deal with this Gutona's army. And because I have plenty of cavalry, I think I'm going to be able to deal with their excessive amount of missile units quite easily. But it's probably going to come down to the hand-to-hand fighting of my sword band that will sway the fight. Also, maybe these scorpions can deal damage, but from what I've heard, scorpions aren't that great. I just wanted to add some siege weapons to this army, and that's why they're there. If they're not that great, then what I'll do is I'll probably disband them at the end of this turn and replace them with something better. Now what I can do is I can take up defensive positions on the top of this hill. It's going to be a pretty long line of defense, I think, purely because of the amount of enemies that there are. So I'm going to have to spread out quite a bit. Probably going to keep my cavalry maybe to the left for now. Yeah. And my general unit can just sit behind the army. Scorpions can move up and they can actually sit in front of the army until the enemy comes towards me. There we go. Getting all the men into position. It's going to be a huge fight. It's basically me with my one army versus their two armies. The only thing I'm counting on really here is the fact that their units are a lot more poor than mine. Sword band are nothing, or are everything compared to club levy. These things, basically just guys with like sticks in their hands. Nothing too much to worry about, I don't think. But I have no idea what they're trying to do. I kind of get the feeling that they're trying to take the high ground. The reason I'm moving my army so slowly is really so that my siege equipment can keep up. But if I show myself with a unit, possibly it'll bait them to come and attack me. So what I'm going to do, just to try and speed this up a little for you guys, is get one of my scout rider units and run it towards them so they can see it. Hopefully they'll take that bait, they'll start coming towards me. At the moment though, it looks as though they can see my units. They might just be reforming on this hill. See, their entire army is now shifting to the right, I think. There's a lot of men moving about. I'm really not sure what they're doing. You can see my one unit of scout riders just sitting there, waiting for something to happen. I think I might possibly adjust my army for their army. Can start to move our men up into positions. There we go. Need to select my skirmishers, spread them out in front of the lines as well. And I'm gonna continue to run them all. I'm not too concerned about my scorpions now. They are starting to come down this hill though. That's one thing I'm glad about. But they do have their own scout riders. Gonna have to be concerned about them. This is a lot of troops. And let's take my cavalry. I'm gonna see what I can harass. Club levy units should take a lot of damage from a charge, so in theory I could just charge a club levy unit one after another and take them out that way. But I've got to be really wary of what they're doing throughout.
Scout riders! Ready! Team forward!
Bringing these units over here.
Advance at speed!
Line them up to charge this club levy unit.
Scout
Got this unit
riders!
coming round the backside
For Britain!
to hit the Germanic youths.
Hurrah! Scout riders!
So here we go.
Scout!
That unit's going in for the charge. Hopefully won't get caught out.
Scout riders! Riders! For the gods, charge!
And there we go. You hit both of those units very hard.
Battle ready!
The Germanic youths, well, they're, I think, pretty much destroyed. They're going to be routing. This club levy unit, as soon as it routes, I'm going to get my forces out of there. Probably actually before then, because it looks like their entire army has reacted to attack my scout riders. So there's the first little bit of harass there, breaking a unit of club levy. Now this possibly will bait this mercenary Germanic scout riders unit out. I can smother that with 3 of my own units. But it looks like at the front over here, they have engaged my lines. I'm going to turn around, we're going to charge back at the Germanic scout riders.
The men are wavering.
Apparently my men are wavering somewhere. I think it's my skirmishers who are really in trouble. We've got to think about moving forwards the army now. One thing that's really concerning me though is the fact that their entire army is trying to run after my scout riders. And they're ignoring my main force. Which is not something I want to happen. I mean, I can engage all these men, but if I do, it's going to leave me very vulnerable. So one of the scout riders units did get caught out. Unfortunately, he's going to have to be left behind. I'm going to readjust my scorpions to face their army. You can see my main melee force is already engaged. So we're going to get our men to realign. My spear band unit, I think that was the one that got charged, is probably the one that was wavering actually. My sword band units have pretty much wiped out these slinger units though. So that's them dealt with. Need to get reformed with the swords. So the Guternes army is now on the other side of this hill. I can't see it at all. Gonna get my scout riders to go and have a look at what's going on. At the moment I'm not in a great position. Gonna have to start to move some of my men further up this hill. So there we go, the scout riders have revealed some men. And I think we're just gonna charge these guys here, these Germanic youths. Hopefully deal quite a lot of damage to them. There we go, I think we've pretty much broken them. But my scout riders took a lot of missile fire from that charge. Engage 2 units, engage 1 unit on the left. Gonna have to get a couple of units to cover the flanks on this side. 2 units of levy freemen to take on that club levy unit. Get the other 2 to cover the flanks in the centre here. Get my general up. You can provide some bonuses. Get the scout riders round to the flanks. Might have bitten off a bit more than I can chew here. I'm a bit concerned. We're going to war cry. Going to inspire the unit that's wavering.
General is under attack.
Scout riders.
They've pretty much engaged my entire front line now. We can start thinking about flanking them. Go charge into the side, scout riders. Provide some morale shock in the flanks. Also going to get my general round to the left as well.
Skirmishers! Swordband!
Swordband not doing as well as I would have hoped.
wavering.
Skirmishers!
Run, Gushu! Fire at anyone!
Heroic riders!
Getting my heroic riders to help out now. Incredibly close fight we've got going on here.
Scout riders!
Breaking them from left to right, it seems.
The men are wavering.
Come on, men, you can do this.
Skirmishers!
Remember your ancestors!
Got my general in the fight. Hopefully that'll help out.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Get my general out of there to hit these missile units. But wow, that is a lot of men fleeing. Holy crap, I think we might have just about pulled this off. Oh my god. I really thought that had gone tits up then. But we prevailed. Wow. Wow. I've never seen so many men rout. Close victory for us, unfortunately. My ally completely destroyed. $896 losses. We killed 2,665 of their men. I think that's the longest battle I've ever played. Because it took 15 minutes. That's just insane. We're going to kill the captives of the Katonas. We beat them back. And hopefully this turn my army can replenish.
Darkness gathers, but you can be the light for my people. I ask humbly for a treaty.
Have you seen my army on your border? You broke your non-aggression pact with me originally. And now I've got a plan to destroy you. That plan is not going to change, so I'm going to decline. Sorry. Now, I really didn't expect that army to really get attacked like that at all. So that was a very, very unexpected battle for me, but one that's probably going to help me out a lot. You can see there is now a plague in Noria. That's going to be fun. Not going to put an army in there. We got the veteran riders being complete in the Will of Andrasta.
I live to
This
serve
army
the
is
people
fully
of Britain.
prepared to invade the Volcay. So here we go. I'm going to send the army into their lands. So that's prepared for the next turn. Got a trait gained, untrustworthy, on Merios.
Ready
He's
for
standing
battle.
right there. And we can actually upgrade him for some reason. Oh, this is the warlord that's helping train the army. And none of these are really helpful, I don't think. So I'm going to add Paragon to his lineup.
Well met. What do you wish of me?
Beros, the leader of this army. Got extra XP from that particular battle, which I'm not surprised about. And we're going to give him
Ready for
infantry
orders.
command, I think. He has a lot of infantry forces under his command. Here we go.
I live to serve the people of Britain.
Now, they have replenished quite significantly. I'm going to walk into the Goten's land and see what's happening with their armies. Now, the actual settlement itself, I just made a grave mistake. Whoops-a-daisy. Note to self, don't move an army in force march stance by accident but if you want to attack a settlement in the same turn, because you can't. Whoops-a-daisy.
Ready for battle.
But what I can do is maybe swap out the armies. This army can go and attack while bypassing the consorts of Morrigan and picking up some cavalry. And then the consorts of Morrigan can go and sit in the other place. So we're going to get the riders. We're going to switch them into the other army, which can then go and attack Look for them in this turn. So we're going to continue the siege there. Then we're going to get this army with the force march to go and sit in Kazurgis to deal with the public order. Awesome. So, in the end, wasn't too bad of a mistake. But in this province, I want to change this storage pit to a chieftain's hold, so that that can be upgraded to be able to build heroic fighters.
Thirsty for battle.
We can't forget
Ready for battle.
about my army
I live
in
to
Spain.
serve the people of Britain.
Fortunately, not in range to attack the settlement this turn. Going to use this scout to have a look around for the enemy army.
For my tribe. Moving
Looks like it's pretty much disappeared somehow. Okay, well, I'm going to move our army
None will
into
escape.
attack distance of Tarraco. Next turn, if it's left undefended, we can hit it. However, we do have a siege to do. And this is going to probably be another long battle for Look for Them.
Kill!
So here we go.
Laying siege to
They're going to attack it. We have some allies. The people we helped in the last turn going to be helping us back. That's very nice of them. Let's go ahead and assault this and take it for ourselves. So we're going to start the deployment on dry. We're going to hit the front gate over here, I think, with pretty much the majority of my forces if I can. So if we select my units, bring them over here. This is an extremely elite unit of men. Basically, this entire army has at least rank 4, and most of them more. As you can see, a couple even have gold experience. That's incredible. I think I may split up the army, but I'm really scared of the reinforcements. My army is, where it starts is the opposite side of where the reinforcements are going to come in. The reinforcements in theory should come in straight behind me. Actually, what I might be able to do, I'll leave a couple of units to go down, burn down the gates, a couple of decent units. The rest of them, I'm going to turn around and face towards the edge of the map. See if we can catch out the reinforcements. Because I've done this a couple of times in the original Rome Total War. I've never tried it in Rome 2 so far. So we got 3 units of Britain Scout Riders and some veteran riders. And then we got my general. Actually, they're just swordband. Actually, selecting my general. There is my general. We've also, can't forget about my Britain skirmishers. They can all come over here and provide a hail as the enemy come in off the edge of the map. So, start the battle. Let's see what happens. We've got to get these spear band up to the gates. The reinforcements look like they're coming in from the left, not directly behind the settlement, so that's a waste of time. We're going to have to move all our men all the way back. Oh well. Gives them a nice jolly warm-up. What will happen now is the enemy army will spawn behind me and everything will go completely wrong. But no, let's speed this up. I'm going to get my men to run up to the gate and start burning it down. Then I will throw my entire army at this gate in order to take it before the reinforcing armies arrive. Hopefully, my spearband won't take too many casualties and run away before then. That's the plan, at least. Now I'm thinking about even running these men because they're trying to sneak at the moment and it's going to take them forever, so let's just make them run. I'm sure they don't really mind. It's a completely fresh army. They've been sitting in the city for the past couple of turns. I'm sure they have plenty of energy to spend. You can see my allies come in to help out in the fight. It looks like they're just going to be distracting the reinforcing armies. They all seem to be running back towards my allies. Meanwhile, I'm sending a couple of units forwards to burn down these gates. I've already lost a few men. Hopefully when I'm tucked up nice and against them, I can burn them down easily without taking too much missile fire. So that fire damage is going up rapidly. My army is now running over to the front to help out. We're on 100% fire damage. Spread these spear band units out nice and shallow so they don't get directly attacked by these javelins on the walls.
The enemy is attacking our ally.
Looks like this unit actually can be attacked and is suffering from a morale loss. I think it's just because they're taking casualties and can't deal any damage back. The gate damage is on 80%. And our men are soon to arrive to flood in through.
The enemy's gates have been destroyed.
So going to get the sword band together. They can go up first. Their close combat skills will come in very handy against these Germanic tribesmen. My spear band are taking limited casualties now, being so close to the wall. And what I'm really hoping by getting these sword band in first is that they will be able to use their frenzy and really destroy a lot of their frontline troops that are defending that gate. Then I can move up the Britain skirmishers behind.
Warriors ready? Warriors ready?
Okay. Awesome. And once the sword band go through the gate, I can then start moving the spear band in. And then finally, I can move the scout riders in. So here we go, up the ramp and into their men.
Warriors of Britain!
First unit can frenzy. Let's see how much damage we can do before the other units get in.
Warriors and Warriors ready!
Get the spear band all up there as well. Oh, pile up that ramp.
Spears ready!
I can throw the spear band into the mix, and the skirmishers can continue to throw their javelins up on the walls. I don't want my skirmishers focusing too much on the units on the walls. I want them to throw over the walls and into the fight. Set their quick reload. My men will continue to press up. I turn off their skirmish mode because it's causing them to run away when they really don't need to.
Now! Skirmishers! Spearmen!
Providing this sort of covering fire allows me to hurt the morale of the men defending because they will be taking fire from missile units.
Melee fighters ready!
But we're starting to break them. You see their front line is starting to falter. They may have a nice concave, but half their units aren't even attacking me. We've got the continued missile fire coming in.
Watch out!
And now we're really starting to destroy their front lines. And if we can get inside before the other armies do, then we should be alright. But it looks like here that my allies trying to burn down this gate, and the other reinforcement army has already got inside. So what I'm going to have to do is get all my men up through this gate and then attack the other army inside the settlement. So it'll be a similar sort of engagement just around the corner. And here we go. Pretty much all in now. Skirmishers are trying to run up the ramp. All of my melee units are pretty much inside the settlement. Gonna select all of these and put them in one huge group, so I can just blob them through the settlement. Gonna get the skirmishers into a second group. And we can get the riders inside. They can actually move over to the tower on the left. And get the riders in with other veteran riders, and get my general inside as well. Probably a good idea. This javelin throw, oh man, so much damage. Pretty much my entire force there running into theirs. Most of theirs being missile units. Well, there we go. They're engaging me with their secondary general. These units of scout riders can actually come round and charge them in the back. That's exactly what I'm going to do. There's a unit of spear levy trying to run straight past my men. With those other men crushed, I'm going to withdraw my scout riders out of that fight.
The oaks are our strength. Ready for battle.
My veteran riders have actually managed to bump into a quite large army up on this hill. I'm going to have to retreat them. Originally I told them to chase after the stragglers. Gonna get a couple of units to go and attack this. Get the rest, minus them. If I can. It's really hard to control them when they're all so spread out like this.
We have lost a victory point.
They'll merge so much. There we go, that unit's gonna start routing soon. Okay, we don't need to worry about actually capturing it. Just need to make sure it's not firing on my men. Do have to worry about this though.
The enemy
Flanking forces.
is dead.
Gonna have to get a couple of our sword band units to deal with them. Now they're just spear levy, but I'm still worried that they're gonna hurt my skirmishers quite significantly. So I'm gonna have to run away my skirmishers, run back my scout riders, and my veteran riders. Hopefully the sword band come in to rescue the day. Let's get a couple more units to come in and defend that gap. Go on, men. Just chase after them and kill them.
Battle ready and eager. Kill, kill, kill.
Okay, cool.
Heroic
My general's
riders.
being caught out on the left. This is a very messy fight.
Our general is under attack.
Need to get all of these men to come back over, really, and help out. One unit of sword band I can use to clash into this club leader unit. They're all so low on
Our
fatigue.
enemy have lost a victory point.
Well, they're all suffering from fatigue. Probably the more correct way of saying it.
Brits. Sons of the Oak.
So this is, I think, the second army then. I'm not sure
The
what
enemy
was
have taken the
defending this
tower.
gate.
Swords.
This sword band unit's going to be suffering, I think. It's just basically got a fatigue modifier because I've used frenzy on that unit, but that was because they were already very worn out.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Heroic riders.
We need to think about using these veteran riders though, because they can actually make a big difference even if you are charging in the front. We can get these skirmishers over as well. They can provide some fire, which should be very useful. Here we go, a nice front line here
The
to
men
look
are
at.
wavering.
It looks like we should win. Over here, we just about won the battle against 2 club lever units with 1 sword band unit, which is quite the achievement, I guess.
Scouts.
We're going to get these scout riders to go and deal with this random missile unit running around over there.
They will bleed for us.
Okay, cool. So we're doing well.
Britain.
I can get my
One of our
veteran
units has
riders
used all its ammunition.
to chase up after all these stragglers. But that's the rest of their units, it looks like. So there we go. Another really long battle. But we still victorious. Close victory. We lost 717 men. Ally lost 250 men. But we killed 3,065. I think that was much more than a close victory. And look for them is officially ours.
Further orders. For the tribe.
Well, hey,
Ready for battle.
now this guy, well, we're going to increase his trait once again. He's a warrior and a soldier. And I think, on top of that, we're going to give him Dread. +1 zeal, -10% morale for all enemy units. Now this army, accompanied by the War Maiden, is still going to increase his experience. But from that battle itself, my units increase their own experience quite a lot. So this army is very, very elite now. Well, this army still remains pretty, I would say, new to battle. But that's all I'm going to be able to do for this episode, because I've gone way over my time. This extended episode, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. 2 huge battles. One that I didn't expect, and the second one, well, that was just awesome. Massive siege there. Anyway, guys, Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.